Hello, everyone, and welcome to Molehill Mountain, episode 183. I am Andrew Eisen. I'm not quite sure who you are, but welcome to the show. Last week, last Sunday, I did a little stream of a game called Firewatch, and streamed it for 2 hours or so, and we all had a lovely time. Hello, Yumasuki. Um, we all had a lovely time escorting a pine cone through the wilderness, looking for naked teenage girls. Yes, that's actually part of the plot. And I uploaded it to YouTube. And, hey, you know the sequence in the game where you uh, find the naked girls in the lake and they're sending off fireworks and they've got a little boom box and the boom box is playing a song? That 2 minutes of the 2.5 hour video I uploaded, the owner of that song claimed my entire video, and now all of the advertising revenue for all 2.5 hours of that video goes to the maker of that one song that was playing in the background for 2 minutes. I would assume that the owner of that song got paid to incorporate that song in the game. So now they're getting paid twice, so good on them. Perfectly legal. They are doing absolutely nothing wrong, but not a good look. In fact, I'm a little indignant. If I passed you on the street and you waved hi, I might give you the finger. Because I'm that immature. But whatevs, we had a nice time. So hey. It's a good song too. I actually like that song. It's a nice. I forget what it's press play or something. Nice song. But personally, if I made a song and I sold the rights to be used in a game, and someone played the game, I wouldn't expect to be paid for it again. I mean, if someone gave me a check, I'd cash it. But far from the biggest deal in the world. But nevertheless, tomorrow we'll play another game. Or I will, and you can watch. They got me out of money because I didn't mute the game. Well, I didn't know the song was in there. It happens naturally. You just run across. I figured it was part of the soundtrack. You know, I could make an argument for fair use. Maybe, but I mean, it's a let's play. It's not really a transformative work. You can make an argue that my particular way of playing the game, like escorting a pine cone, and my commentary is transformative, and then it becomes fair use. But I don't care. It's a bunch of hoopla that I'm not really willing to go through right now because I got other things on my plate. So, meh. Otritsu says it's almost like an automatic claim because of artists releasing music on YouTube. It's exactly what it is. It's a content ID match. That's all it is. There is absolutely no incorporation of context. They say, this 2 minute segment from a 2.5 hour video matches this, so the entire thing, all advertising revenue from the entire video goes to this one company for this small portion, which is really weird. I mean, maybe it should be like a ratio. You know? Like, they get 1/130th of the revenue that video generates, because that's the portion of the video that their song comes up in, and they would end up getting like 0.2 of a cent. So, I mean, it's perhaps a bit unfair to blame the owners of the song, because it's not like they looked at it. Most likely, it's probably they just submitted their song into the Content ID system, Although I don't know how it happens on the other end. You would think that if something gets flagged, it gets sent to the owner who then has to approve it, but I seriously doubt that's the way it goes. Also, I get really irritated that they don't have to provide proof that they are actually the owner. Because I actually had to go do research and figure out if that was actually the legitimate owner of the copyright. And since it was, I was like, you know what, fine. Take your 2/10 of a cent. It's fine. Enjoy it. Buy yourself something nice. But I have had copyright claims by companies that do not own the work they're claiming. That I will fight. But this one, they are legally in the right. I could make arguments on my behalf, but I don't, whatever. Don't really care. So let's see. Uh, Scrungle says YouTube said that AI would do all the work since everyone is at home. Yeah, YouTube had a tweet a couple weeks back saying that we're all working from home, so there's going to be a lot of invalid copyright claims because our system's handling it instead of live people. Which, two things, I find it kind of amusing that YouTube just out and says our system is completely incompetent and consistently fails at its job. I mean, at least they know? I guess that's the first step, is admitting you have a problem. But then the other half of that tweet, it's like, all of our people are working from home. It's like, I don't work at YouTube, but I would assume that this would be something that they could do from home, right? Or do they have to physically pull the hard drive from the server and examine it with a magnifying glass? Maybe they do. In which case, you might want to rethink your procedures there, Ghoul. YouTube, both of you. Small potatoes. But stupid potatoes. Stupid small potatoes. Bu- 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 bu. Tritsu says you could mute that section of the video, but that would be too much work. That's true. YouTube does have a way, has a remove offending, but what it does is it completely mutes the section rather than removing just the song, which you can do, which I can do using Audacity. So I know Google can do it. It just chooses not to. But unfortunately, I'm talking the entire time. So if I went through YouTube, it would just mute 2.5 minutes of the video, and I would be very quiet. And I guess I could do that and just find that piece and put in subtitles, or I could download the video, download the source song, render out the audio, put it into Audacity, put the original song audio into Audacity, find the song, line it up, invert it, add it to it to delete the audio from the thing, re-render export the audio, throw it into my editor, line it up with the video, render an entire 2.5 hour video, and then re-upload it to YouTube. I could do that. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna, but I could do that, which makes it really pathetic that YouTube can't figure out what this dipshit can. I mean, if I can do it, some engineer at Google has to be able to figure that out. And I know they can, because that's how Content ID works. They take the Content ID, they scan it through the entire audio, and they go, oh, this matches. All they have to do is invert the damn thing, add it together, and take it out. It leaves the rest of the... I've done it before. I had, I think the Switch reveal trailer. I did a reaction to the original Switch reveal trailer 3-4 years ago, and Nintendo claimed it for the song, and that was like what, a 3-minute video or something like that. So I actually did upload a version of the song where I just took the song out of the video and left everything else. You can do it. Manually, it's a pain in the ass, but automated? Simple. You just have to give a shit, Google. You just have to give a shit. Not that I'm bitter or anything. Okay. Do. Hello, Edward. Haven't seen you around the podcast in a while. Hello, Future Echo. Hello. YouTube is not, says Echo, YouTube is not creator friendly. Not to the vast majority of creators. No. It's. I was going to say it's not unfriendly. I was going to make the claim that it's just not responsive, but no, I'll go so far as to say that YouTube is unfriendly because YouTube flat out lies to you, or at least has lied to me multiple times blatantly, and I don't appreciate that. But, you know, they give me a platform to upload my goofy videos, so take the good with the bad, I guess. Oh, Future XO is Vixen. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing okay so far. Edward says if they haven't fixed Stadia, they ain't fixed what you just talked about. That's true. You know, Google would probably make a lot more money fixing Stadia than it would making my life easier on YouTube. That's very true. Priorities, of course. I'm a little biased. I'd prefer they take care of me and wipe my backside because, you know, toilet paper is scarce. So, 100. Scrungle says 100% orange juice, 200% mixed juice are free on Steam until the 30th. I have no idea what that means. Are those games? Vixen says I forgot Stadia existed. Everyone forgot about it. It came out like a couple months ago. It came out in November, I think. And just yes, it did. It definitely came out. What? Yumasuki says, what's Stadia again? Yeah, exactly. So, board type games or other cute stuff. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. So, Stadia was actually on sale a week or so ago. I don't know if that was a flash sale or a permanent cut, but it wasn't much. It was like $30 or something. But oh, pardon me. Yeah. So some stuff going on. We're gonna do you can do whatever you like. I am going to play another game tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow we will play Octodad. Dadliest Catch, I believe is the subtitle. So, if you're looking for a goofy game and need something to help make you smile, maybe me playing Octodad for an hour or two will be just the ticket. So, meet you back here tomorrow at noon. In addition to that, I'm currently working on a new series of videos in which I watch every single episode of Gem and the Holograms. I've recorded and edited 8 episodes so far, and I'm hoping to have the first episode published on Monday. And I'm thinking maybe like one episode every Monday and Thursday. We'll have to see how that goes. Hope you look forward to that. Gem and the Holograms is a super cute, super fun show from the 80s. And I hope you get a kick out of seeing a grown-ass man sit on his couch and watch a 30-year-old cartoon aimed at children. So, Edward loves Gem, and Yumasuke says, "Isn't that the '80s show?" Yep, it's from the latter half of the '80s. If I never watched, I watched cartoons when I was a kid. I was born in 1980, so I was right at the exact great age for a lot of the '80s cartoon Transformers, He-Man, I didn't really care for GI Joe, but that era of cartoons, Thundercats. Um, I was aware of the existence of Gem, but I'd never seen it. I and my sister didn't watch it either, and I really wonder, when I was 7 years old, would I have liked Gem, or would I have been, it's stupid. It's all singing and girls and fashion and stuff. I'd like to think I was an awesome enough 7-year-old to recognize a quality show when I saw one, but kids are stupid, and I was no exception. So who knows? But with my refined adult tastes, I now see the quality that is Gem and the Holograms. So, uh, hope you're all looking forward to that. I'm having a lot of fun putting that project together. Um, Yumasuke says I like Sailor Moon back in the day. I actually, another one that I was aware of but never saw. I did a debut review of Sailor Moon within the last year because I'd never seen it, and I was really surprised by how genuinely good the original Sailor Moon was. I also did a debut review for Sailor Moon Crystal, I think. It was a modern remake of Sailor Moon, just with, I guess, a higher budget, and it was kind of crap. It's interesting. I thought the original. Now I have no idea if the other 157,000 episodes or whatever it is are any good, but really like the first episode, and that is a killer theme song for Sailor Moon. That's really good. So Vixen says, when will the first video be up for it's called A Middle-Aged Man Watches Gem and the Holograms, and I think the first episode will be up Monday, this Monday. So that's the plan so far. So unless I still have to render the episode, but it is edited. I just have to proof it and render it and upload it. So as long as I don't lose electricity, uh, expect to see that sometime on Monday. Hello, Chaos. Okay, so this week, Nintendo had what it dubbed a mini direct. So I figured it would probably be less than 10 minutes. Nope, the mini direct was half an hour. Just under half an hour. Which is about the average length of, looking at its playlist. The directs range from a good 20 to 40 minutes. So 30 minutes is a pretty average length for one of these. So I guess by mini they meant it's not focusing on one thing, like here's the Animal Crossing direct. It's one direct with little mini segments all the way through. You know what we called that back in my day? Nintendo Direct. But whatever. So let's where did I put it? Okay, so what did Nintendo see fit to bring us? So the first thing they talked about was Xenoblade Chronicles, the definitive edition, which looks very purdy. Otraitsu says regular directs are announced, the minis are not. Oh. That's not what the word mini means, but Nintendo doesn't know what bounty hunter means either, so eh. So first is a Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which is a remake, more of a prettier version of the Wii game, which is a very good RPG, even if it has real-time combat instead of the far superior turn-based system. I like turn-based RPG combat. What can I say? It's purty. Uh, the Wii version had a wonderful um, design, but it was held back by the technology. It was, it was 480p and it was washed out and kind of gray and ugly. Now it's a lot better. It's pretty color. It's very anime now. It's very colorful. And it's nice to see. Um, I'm excited. I never finished Xenoblade Chronicles, so I may as well just buy the definitive edition and start over. And one of the things that they mentioned, I'd have to go back and do a comparison, but one of the things that they mentioned was the menus have been fixed so that they're not crap. Because one of my complaints about Xenoblade Chronicles back in the day is the menuing system was just a overbearing, overcomplicated mess. Not unusable, just a pain in the butt to use. So nice to hear that they've tried to address that. Don't know how successful they are, but and there's a new epilogue, which they've said. If you've already played the entire game and you want to skip straight to the epilogue, you can totally do that. So if you want to drop down $60 for a game just to play an epilogue, you can do that. There's also a special edition that comes with a 250-page art book, which is nifty, but they didn't reveal a price for that, which makes me very, very nervous. You make me nervous when you don't announce prices, people. Announce prices. 3DS was far worse. Oh God, yes. Xenoblade Chronicles looked really, really bad on the 3DS. Was that one of the ones that required the XL 3DS? The new 3DS, right? The hell did they call it? The new 3DS, right? Yeah. Chaos says it's in the 80 to 90 range. That better be a hardbound book. Because, hang on just a moment, let me get the show and tell item. The hell is it? Where the hell is it? I don't know where it is. I know I've got it. Where did I put it? They had an art book for the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I know I have it. Oh, it's probably on my bookshelf. That would take too long to go get. No, it won't. I'll be right back. Ha! I keep my bookshelf in alphabetical order so I knew exactly where it was. Now, this is... There you go. I don't know. The pages are not numbered. Now, this is hard cardstock, but this is just stapled. So, it's 12 pages, something like that. And, you got some decent art. This is what it was. And it's pretty. It's got some really nice production art in it. There's some character art. But if it's $30, it better be a hardbound book. And not just cardstock folded and stapled together. So. Or I will be displeased, and I will communicate my displeasure on the internet, and I will tag Nintendo. Tag you to my displeasure, Nintendo. You will never hear the end of it. So, I'm looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition because I would like to actually finish Xenoblade Chronicles. You know what my favorite part of the game was? The part of what I played was Town 9, Section 9, whatever it was, gets completely destroyed and you have to gather resources to build it back up and bring in new people. Like you find a tailor in some other town. Hey, come move to this town, and you grow up the town. I love that stuff. Uh, Breath of the Wild, a game which I notoriously am not the biggest fan of, has something similar to that. Bolson Town or whatever it is, you find new people to say, hey, go move here because you're a carpenter and we need one. And the town grows and more stuff and more people move in and more shops open, and the theme song of the town gets more complicated the more people move in. I love that stuff. So that was one of my favorite parts of Xenoblade Chronicles. Yumasuka says, please no spoiler. Terrytown, thank you, Chaos. That's right. I hope that wasn't a spoiler. But that's all I have to say about that. So next on the direct was 2K Games. Let's see, they've got a BioShock collection. I don't know. Let's see. Load. An error occurred. Please try again. No. Just work. Good golly. BioShock is the only thing. There it goes. Let's see. BioShock, Borderlands, and XCOM. Okay. There you go. So those games. Whoop-de-fizz. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. Okay. Shinsekai Into the Depths. Now, this is a game that came out on, like, the Apple Arcade, I think. I should have just, instead of slamming on refresh, I should look at my chat. My chat knows what's going on. This Into the Depths thing, I think, came out in, like, Apple Arcade a year or so ago. But it seems to be a little, reminds me a bit of Steamwork Steamwork Dig, something like that. Basically, you drill down into the ocean and you get resources and you fight monsters. It's got a nice art style. It looks like it could be neat. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Oh, they have Bunny Day instead of Easter. They've genericized all the holidays. You know what was at least neat about the original Animal Crossing is it had actual holidays in it, but I think it would be there's probably just too many damn holidays to do, but I think it would be neat if they just go ahead and have a specifically American holiday and go ahead and have specifically Japanese holidays like White Day. Teach us what that is. It's okay. We can learn. Anyway, Animal Crossing. The next one was Good Job, which is about a little nepotism run rampant in an office building. So the CEO's son gets hired as a low-level employee, and everyone just has to put up with him wrecking the joint because he's the CEO's kid. Essentially, it's a game where you're given an assignment like move this box from one end of the office to the other, and it's up to you to move the box from one end to the other however you see fit. You can catapult it through a wall, you can throw it through a window, you can kick it across the bathroom floor. And I'm not sure how the scoring works, if you get more points for destroying stuff or if you get docked for destroying stuff, but looks like if the game has... The preview showed slingshotting things through walls and an overhead crane that grabbed a cargo container and you could drag it around and knock things over. As long as that game has a lot of variety to the mischief you can get up to, I think that might be a fun little game. It's at least really attractive. I think it actually released the same day, so I think that's out now. No idea what it costs. It looks like a game that's be like, hey, yeah, I'd drop $10 for that. That looks neat. It's probably like $30. I have no idea though. Feel free to look up see how much Good Job costs. Catherine Full Body. That's been out for years. At least Catherine has. I don't know when the Full Body update came out. It's been at least a year, if not longer. But hey, I've heard good things about it. It never really appealed to me because Nathan, or whatever the lead dude is, it just seems like a jerk. I I'm the game, so far as I can tell anyway, is about a guy feeling guilty about playing two women at once, and I don't have patience for jerks like that. So I feel like it would be a game where I'd not like the protagonist. You know, I I don't, and also the puzzle sections didn't really grab me. Aesthetically, I like the way the game looks, but I looked at the puzzle section. I'm like, it's just not speaking to me as, ooh, that looks fun to play. So, um, if I was ever at someone's house and they had it, I'd give it a go. But yeah, might not be for me. Next is Ring Fit Adventure, which Nintendo announced had a free update. Yumasuki didn't like the dude in Catherine either. Yeah, he seems like just a shit. I don't like him. Maybe there's some context and nuance in the story proper. Um, the protagonist is caught between two crazy ladies. One of them will kill you. He probably deserves it. um, is it Catherine? I bet it's Catherine, right? Chaos says he isn't meant to be likable, to be fair. That is fair. A lot of times for me, just me personally as an audience member, that doesn't matter. Like, you are absolutely correct. There are a lot of stories in which the lead protagonist is not meant to be a likable person. More often than not, that intention doesn't matter to my enjoyment of the character. If they are the lead, the point of view character. It's one of the reasons I don't like Rick and Morty or BoJack Horseman, because I can't stand the lead characters. Both those shows are really well done. They're incredibly creative, incredibly well written, incredibly well crafted, but I just cannot stand the lead characters because they are just utterly awful people, and I don't enjoy watching them. And I've often thought, it's like, well, there's so much good here. How could I change BoJack Horseman to make it a show that I would like? And I thought, maybe if the show was done from the point of view of any other character, like BoJack's roommate, or the woman, better yet, the woman doing his biography, Susan, whatever her name is, you know. Let me look at my list. I forgot what I was talking about. Ring Fit Adventure, right? Because most people, when talking about Ring Fit Adventure, go off on a BoJack Horseman tangent. It's just natural. That's gonna happen. So Ring Fit Adventure got a free update where they added a rhythm game mode. So Chaos says, so I'm guessing you aren't a fan of Archer. Actually, I'm a big fan of Archer. Can you see? No, you can't. It's cut off. But I have all of the seasons of Archer on DVD. I utterly love that show. I'll have to sit and think exactly why Archer works for me and BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty and several others do not. because Archer is a genuinely terrible person. But, I don't know. I'll have to give that a think. So, Ring Fit Adventure has a new rhythm game mode in which you, hang on, props. So, using the Pilates wheel, it's a Pilates wheel, Nintendo. This is a $15 Pilates wheel with a Joy-Con stapled to it. And you sell this thing for $80, you jackasses. Anyway, so you have to there's a note highway, and you either leave it alone, squeeze it, stretch it out, or squeeze it really fast. And you either do it center, turned the other way, or that entire thing while squatting. So the interesting thing about it is there's like 20 tracks. Most of them are from the game proper. But they also have Jump Up Superstar from Mario Odyssey. They have a Breath of the Wild medley. They have a Splatoon 2 medley and a Wii Fit medley. Jump Up Superstar is amazing, because it's amazing. Breath of the Wild is not great, because Breath of the Wild's music is not great, in my phenomenally humble opinion. So humble. So humble. Most of Breath of the Wild's almost broken, discordant, cat fell asleep on the keyboard type music that plays while Link is running around the Hyrule, which is most of the time, does not make good exercise music. The, oh my god, one of the laser shooting octopus thingies, Guardians, is that what they're called? The Guardian theme's on, that bit is up-tempo enough to work. I will say for Breath of the Wild, all of the various towns and village themes, Kakariko Village and the Gerudo Village and the Goron Village, all Terry Town, all of the music that plays when you get to towns is good. Maybe not great exercise music, but it's good. The stuff out when you're wandering Hyrule, I don't care for. Yumasuke says, there was music in the game. Yeah. So that was an odd choice. The Splatoon 2, I like Splatoon soundtrack better than Splatoon 2, but I don't know. I don't agree with the song choices for the medley. The Wii Fit one is fine. It's a little laid back. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use music from ARMS, because that's amazing and upbeat. Put ARMS music in there. Anyway, it's actually, if you do all the songs just front to back, that's 45 minutes of music. And if you're playing it on the super advanced difficulty, that works your biceps, shoulders, and cardio pretty well. It's a really great mode. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I do find it a little odd because it's very generous to those who are not exactly rhythmically inclined, because you don't have to like squeeze on the beat. If a squeezy beat is coming down the note highway, you just have to hold it squeezed and then get the Pilates ring in the right spot. That's it. So if you see a squeezy beat and then a squeezy beat and then a squeezy beat, all you have to do is hold, doop, doop, and you got all three. You don't have to like and 1 and 2 and 3. You don't have to do that. Also, that is about enough to register. You don't have to go all the way in or pull it really far out. There's also a set, all 20 songs also have a secondary mode where instead of squeezy bits, you squeeze the ring-con into your stomach, and then you're either standing or squatting, and you twist like that. And I think there's a one where you do that real quick. That one doesn't work as well to me. I like this one. I think that's kind of a fun little workout. So more music, Nintendo. More free music, Nintendo. So there. What is the chat been talking about? Echo says, maybe I like Archer because everyone sucks in Archer, so it's more normalized. Maybe that's what it is. It's BoJack. His horribleness contrasts with other people who have their own undesirable traits, shall we say, but aren't just full on just despicable people. Don't know. Best music in Breath of the Wild is in Hyrule Castle. Most of the music is atmospheric. Yeah, so it makes really an odd medley for a rhythm game. I've never been in Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild, so Zelda's still napping, I guess. Oh, the Smash theme, Chaos points out. Yeah, that'd be a good one, too. Let's see what's next on the thing. Is it Smash? No, it's King's Bounty 2, but don't care. So the next is Smash Brothers Ultimate, in which I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the only thing they announced is the next new Smash character is going to be a character from ARMS. Which one will it be? We'll tell you later. It's my prediction. It should be Twintail, because she's the best, but it's not going to be her. Because she's also one of the... Because she doesn't use her arms in ARMS. She uses her hair. Even though she is the best character, and I will hear, nothing, no opposing opinions. They're going to use Rhythm... Spring Man and Ribbon Girl, and they'll be palette swaps. It'll be Spring Guy, and you can switch over to Ribbon Girl. Maybe they'll use more of the costumes. Will be one will be the ninja dude. I don't know. It just Ribbon Girl and Spring Boy are the generic every person character of ARMS. There's nothing really special about them. They're just the stretchy armed ones. Their designs are fine, but there's nothing really great about them, and that's probably why they're anyone Chaos could be several like the hero and just have alt skins. Yeah. I mean, if they want to trying to think. I guess you could genericize an ARMS character's movements and just swap in any of the skins. I don't know. That might work. Nicholas says she is the best, but she doesn't use arms. Yeah. Yumasuke says she's my main, and well, she should be because she's awesome. Springman's an assist trophy. Is he now? I think they'd pull a Bowser Jr. sort of thing. What she's talking about is Bowser Jr.'s alts are all the other Koopa kids. So, yeah, it's possible. Although, what does it say that all the ARMS characters are so indistinct that you can just swap them like that? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it will be Twintail, and all will be right with the world. Bravely Default 2. I watched the trailer for Bravely Default 2, and I said, "Holy biscuits, that is one amazing looking 3DS game." And then someone whispered into my ear, "It's that's a Switch game." And I said, "Who are you, and how did you get in my house?" And then I kicked them out, and I said, "Oh, oh. Well, I mean, it's still pretty. I don't know if I'll get it. Bravely Default didn't really. I played the demo, didn't really do much for me. Maybe I'll try the Bravely Default 2 demo, see what I think. Um, but I know that was a super popular game, so glad to see it got a sequel. That's going to make lots of people happy, and happy people are nice. So, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. Yes, Clubhouse games, games you would play in a clubhouse, like shogi, mahjong, checkers, chess, Chinese checkers, backgammon, Othello, um, bowling, if it's a big clubhouse, fishing, if you've got like a koi pond out back. So a couple of the games are a little odd for Clubhouse, but I mean, looks like a nice thing if you have parties, which you don't right now. So maybe there's online play. Ninjala, which looks like a cross between Arms and Splatoon. Next, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I was looking at that. I was like, "Oh Jesus, that looks that looks awful. Oh my God, that's the worst looking game." And then they said what it was. I'm like, "Oh, that's a PC game from 20 years ago. No wonder it looks so terrible." But I hear it's a good one. Never played it myself. I played what did I play? I played one of the Star Wars KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. That's the one I played. Um, and I made it a surprisingly far into the game without putting any clothes on. I was in my underwear for a good chunk of that game, and I was pretty proud of pretty proud of myself for that. So, Panzer Dragoon remake. It seems to me that they said it was a timed exclusive, and I'm like, I thought that came out like a couple of years ago, so I don't know what you're talking about. Um, Maybe I'm wrong. I've never liked Panzer Dragoon. I recognize that a lot of other people do. I recognize its place in history, but I've always thought the game was genuinely dull as hell to play. I mean, utterly boring to me. I don't see what others see in Panzer Dragoon. Oh well. Hello, Lee. Next, what's coming to Nintendo Switch? I don't know. What is coming to Nintendo Switch? Let's see what this bit is about. Trials of Mana, right? That looks. I played Secret of Mana. Fuser, which is a music mixy game, but I can't figure out how the hell it works from any of the preview footage. Elder Scrolls Blade, that's garbage, and Bethesda should be utterly ashamed of itself for that bunk. Warhammer 40,000 Mechanius. Yep. Alright. I'm sure someone likes that. Vigor, which has dudes with guns shooting each other. Okay, that's Burnout Paradise. Okay, that's an old game, but nice to see it back. Not for me. I just like crashing things in the Burnout games. Saints Row 4. It's another old game, but hey, the latter Saints Row games people seem to really like. Trials of Cold Steel, Legend of Heroes. Yeah, I've heard a lot about those games. I hear they're good RPGs. Mr. Driller Drill Land. Can't go wrong with Mr. Driller. Fun little arcade game. Minecraft Dungeons. I assume somebody cares. I'm not one of them, but I'm not everybody, so it doesn't matter. And there we go. And last, Pokemon Sword and Shield Expansion Pass, and I love how they do this. Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass. Not Pokemon Sword and Shield Expansion Passes. Legalese. What are you going to do? Yumasuki cares. Fuser says, Edward, reminds me of Drop Mix by Harmonixes. Yeah, there's another one. Forget there was another turntable game. I can't remember what the heck it's called. Came out right in the era of uh, all the Rock Band and Guitar Hero stuff. DJ Hero, I think is what it was. But yeah, Fusor. I've watched like 4 or 5 minutes of footage of this game, and I genuinely cannot figure out how the game is actually played. It might be one of those games where you have to play it to get it, because I've watched some footage of Sayonara Wild Hearts, and I hear people just gushing over that game, and I don't get what the game is. So, who knows? But, but Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion passes, they had some information on them. They're like, hey, here's Ninja Cub, and you can take him to the Tower of Fire or the Tower of Water if you want, or Tower of Darkness, something. There's a Ninja Cub Pokemon. It's a bear cub in a karate gi or something, and it goes like hiya. It's adorable, but I don't cotton well to Nintendo's. Hey, let's sell the same game twice, and we'll put some exclusive content in each one. So we might sucker a few people. Everyone's gonna buy at least one, and some people will buy both, and then we'll release the super special edition in a year, and they'll all buy it again. That ought to be illegal. Not a fan of that. So that was the Nintendo Mini Direct, all 30 minutes of it, or all 28 minutes and 55 seconds of it. So, yeah, that was that. That's really all I have to talk about this week. Tomorrow we will play a little bit of Octodad. I have no idea how long that game is. Um, I mean, if it's only like an hour long or something like that, then we'll play the entire thing. But if it's a 10-hour game, yeah, I'll probably play it for 2 hours, similar to what we did with Firewatch last week. So I hope you're looking forward to that. And that's it for me. So tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time, Octodad. Monday I'm hoping to have the first episode of my Gem and the Holograms watch. And hope you all find that stuff entertaining, and I hope you're all safe and healthy. So that's it for me this week. Thanks for stopping by and hanging, and hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.